So you have to make sure that if you are working in this banqueting, uh, under the banqueting, you are proactive enough. Okay, you have to move very fast because the people you are dealing with, there are so many. Okay, and of course you also have to know exactly what the booking is all about. Okay, what normally happens is that the banqueting management shares, it shares actually the booking for the day. Like for example, if it is a wedding, so each and every staff who is going to work in for that day, they will have to know exactly, okay, which team, which event is going to be held at what time, okay, how many people, so that they do the mise en place, making sure that the tables are there, making sure that, you know, everything, all the cutleries, the crockeries, they need to be there. And that's why the method of service is quite also important. Is it going to be like a buffet? Okay. Is it going to be self-service? Is it going to be, you know, plated service and so on? So you also have to make sure that the team also knows, so that when they are preparing, doing the mise en place before the actual day, they have done exactly the what is required. For example, you'll find that there is a different way which you are going to organize maybe an event which talks about a wedding, and the one that has a meeting. Okay, so if it is a wedding, you just need to make sure that you decorate the place, you decorate everything, and make sure that the place looks wow. Okay, because that is more of entertainment. But when you're talking about, maybe for example, if it is an official meeting, then you have to make sure that you have considered maybe less decorations, okay, because it is a serious kind of a meeting. Then making sure that maybe the notepads, the pens, maybe water is, you know, is included on the table. Even especially in a meeting, they go ahead even placing sweets, okay, small bites, okay, in between the meeting. You most of the time we prefer placing the tropical sweets, okay. They serve the purpose of, you know, refreshing the mouth. Okay, so you just don't put chocolates and so on. Okay, so you have also to be realistic which kind of people they are and so on. So because they will be talking, some of them will be keeping quiet, so to refreshen their breath, you have to make sure that at least there's water, there's, you know, some sweets, maybe something for them to be able to, you know, chew and keep themselves busy as, you know, they are following through the meeting. So those are some of the things that you, as a person who is working under banqueting, you should make sure that you are well versed with. And also the mode of payment has to be included there, because also at the end of the day, after you have done all this, they also need to pay. Okay, so are they going to pay through a check? Are they going to pay cash? Are they, you know, are they using other methods of payment? So they have to write it there. So if the method that they are choosing, you do not accept it, you will be able to correct them before. Okay, so it is not like they have done the event and then they are coming up with a method of payment which you are not even allowing in your establishment. So just to avoid that mix up, then you have to make sure that the mode of payment has also been included. The price of menu per head, okay, so for example, if you have 250 people, you just don't generalize the amount of money that you know that the guest is going to pay. So what you do is that especially for example, if it is meals and drinks, you have to make sure that at least the price is per head. Okay, so if it is 250 shillings per person, if it is a buffet, or 500 or 1000, then you can calculate. Okay, so if it is 250 and if it is you know, each and every person is supposed to pay 1000 shillings for the meals for the day, how much do you think that costs? So remember that the meals can include breakfast, okay? So when they're coming there in the morning, they need to take tea, they need to take a bit of snacks, then lunchtime, then maybe an afternoon tea, okay? So you have to calculate all that per person, how much they're going to eat. Then at the end of the day, you can generalize. Okay, that is why it is actually important for you to be specific with also the number, because the price comes with each and every person. Okay, so you cannot say that there is an extra person coming unless uh you confirm with the banqueting team, so that maybe they see whether they can allow an extra person or they cannot allow. Okay, so there's also, you have to make sure that there's an indication for special arrangements, especially, for example, if they need a band, okay, if they need microphones, if they need special flowers, okay, or they need something extra. Okay, so they also need to tell you. So for example, if you're working under banqueting and you are, in charge of taking these bookings, so these are exactly the most important things you should be able to make sure you have taken. Okay, so if you miss to take one of these things, then definitely the day is going to be rough for you. Okay, because for example, you won't be able to know at the end of the day, okay, are you going to be in charge, or what is it going to happen to you? Okay, so just to avoid blame games and not giving the team direction and so on, you also need to have all this information. So when you're directing also the banqueting team, you're also guiding them in the right way according to actually how the guest wants it. Okay, nobody wants their special day to be ruined. Okay, so you have to make sure that at least you have given them the best of the to give them the best that you can offer in the establishment. So we have several banqueting and function menus. We have several. So, and I think we have already talked about these ones before, about when we're talking about menus. I don't think I'm going also to go through it. When you're talking about the banqueting services, of course, this caters on the methods of service. So definitely I will not go through them because it will be a repetition. So I want us to talk about the state banquet procedure. State state banquet procedure, as well as I can see that the time is not on our side. So basically, the state banquet procedures here, you can even see from the word itself, it shows that actually it's a very important banquet. So it actually can be distinguished most of the time by the protocols. Okay, so protocols are basically the procedures that normally go through what that the banqueting team normally does. Okay, so remember, if we are talking about the state banquet, is normally, maybe for example, comprises about very important people, very important people. These are the head of the states and the senior diplomats and so on. So basically you have to ensure that at least there is a special way that you launch this. Okay, so for example, maybe you might consider having cocktails, okay, unlike the others, and you have to make sure that also the kind of service that is normally used is a very important kind of method. Okay, so because also the people who are in attendance are important people, so kindly make sure that you have gone through the state the state banquet procedure for you to be able to note the differences between the others and this special one, because actually we cannot avoid having these very important people normally, wanting to have meetings in our hotels. So you have to make sure if it falls under banqueting, then you are versed with the kind of protocols that you are supposed to be following through. So basically, banqueting, I felt like it is quite important because this is a special kind of events that normally happen. You cannot avoid them. You will always be, maybe for example, you will when you go for your attachment, you'll find that you have been allocated to banqueting. Okay, maybe you might not understand what banqueting is all about, but right now you can be able to understand. If they tell you to go to banqueting, it totally means that you are going to do meetings. Okay, in meetings and events. So you are going to facilitate that. So make sure that you have gone through all the layouts. Okay, so you have gone through the layouts, because professionally there are several layouts that are normally used, especially the U-shaped, the T-shaped, and so on. Okay, so you also had me mentioning about the classroom. Okay, so the classroom, maybe for example, if it is a conference. Okay, so if it is a conference, it is a seminar, there are some kind of meetings that dictate such kind of layouts, and there are others which cannot. Okay, so for example, if it is maybe a small meeting. Okay, so you might choose to have a U shape. Okay, and in the middle of the U shaped, you have to put maybe the speaker for the day and so on. Very important people are the ones maybe who are going to be on the central part, but the others are just going to surround it. So there are several, and that's what you are supposed to guide also the guest who is going to book the meeting or the events. Which kind of layout do they want, so they can be able to choose. Okay, so make sure that you have gone through them so that you are more equipped with more knowledge on what is expected of you, especially when you're working in this banqueting, so that whenever they mention, okay, arrange the tables maybe in a classroom way, don't be, um you shouldn't be scared. Okay, maybe the lecturer did not even mention what a classroom actually looks like, or rather when you are mentioning maybe have a U-shape kind of layout. Okay, so these are some of the things that you should pay more attention to, especially because you will be required to do that practically. Okay. So the wedding functions, they are a bit easier. It's just for you to be able to, you can actually go through them and you can be able to understand. Everyone knows what a wedding is. Okay. Of course, it is a ceremony which is normally put in place just to unite two people. So, and weddings normally happen in hotels. Okay, so it normally happens in hotels. So basically just make sure at least you go through them for you to be able to know how to also deal with these wedding functions and so on. So any question about banqueting? I suppose you had gone through it. Any question whatsoever? So kindly make sure that you have gone through the notes in details. And if you discover that there is any question, let us address the questions before even you are you prepare for your exams for start of next week. Okay. So make sure, I think next week we can be able also to go through all the, maybe we can just do a short summary of the unit just for us to be able to know what are some of the topics that we have done. And maybe if you'll discover maybe some subtopics that were not clear, maybe you can be able to address them then. And I think the ones who are not able to do the cut one, I don't know whether Brenda is there. Brenda is there? Brenda was supposed to address the ones who are not able to do cut. Well, remember that if you are not able to do the cut, okay, or rather if you did not do any assignment and any cut, then that's a problem. Yes, Brenda?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
there.
What?
You're very Steve. I'm there.
So, are you the only one who didn't do the cat one?
We are two people.
Who and who? You and who?
Someone has told me at the WhatsApp group, but I don't know their name.
You have to be sure who it is so that at least you coordinate with them. Okay? So I cannot be able to just give a card for only one person. Basically, if it is a card one, then that one we need to arrange. Okay, we need to arrange so that at least if I give you, I give everyone else who did not do that card one. I can't just give you only you. So just get the correct information. And I had already told you before that you are supposed to tell me who else did not do that card so that I can give you that card to be able to do. Remember, if you start your exams, then I wouldn't be able to give you. Okay, all the cards and assignments should be done before the start of the examination. That's how it is normally done. Okay, so you cannot do an exam and yet still say that you did not do. Why didn't you say before? So make sure that within the week I already know the people. Organize the ones. Just confirm with the rest of you. No, Brenda is just going on and off and off. Okay, and this important information is passing her, and she's the one who is a victim here. So any question from the group? Brian, any question?
Nope.
Caro? Caro?
No question.
Maina?
No.
Maina, any question?
There's no question.
I cannot hear you, though I can see that you're there. Brenda is just going on and off and off. Yes, Brenda? Brenda? I think Brenda has terrible network problems. Brenda, you're back. Yes?
My network was disturbing.
Okay, but you heard what I said, right?
No,
Okay.
no.
I said actually you were supposed to find out also the ones who are not who did not do the cat one, okay?
Yes,
Remember, cat one was a sitting cat, okay?
yes,
So and you are supposed to do that sitting cat, okay? So
yes.
and I don't want to be placed in a situation whereby you are the only one who is doing it and some other people have not done it. So basically, maybe if you are two or three, then I should be able to know. Yes, it's just
I
for you to
asked.
be able to find the others who are not able, so that at least I
I
confirm
asked.
that indeed you can be able to sit for that card, so that I cannot, have the trouble of setting those cards again and again.
Okay. I asked, and it was two of us.
You and who?
I don't know the person's name because it was at the WhatsApp group for the class.
You should actually know the person who also did not do, so that I confirm from my side. So if you say that there is another person, but maybe what if they did it? How am I going to be sure?
Let me
So
confirm
just make
right
sure
now.
that you confirm, then let me know at least by today or tomorrow, so that I know when I can be able to set that cut for you. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So I think if we don't have any other business, then I can be able to end up the class. I think you did not remind me to start the recording earlier enough. So maybe some of the people who are going to check the recordings will find bits and bits of it. So Kara, I can see that your mic is on. Do you have any contribution?
Madam, I was not able to do that one.
Yes?
I wasn't able to do that one.
You are not able to do that one?
Cat, yes.
Eh?
Yeah,
Cut 1 or cut 2?
that one.
Cut 1.
Yes.
Okay, the two of you, Brenda and Carol, you have to organize yourselves and get back to me, okay? So that we see
Okay.
on what to do. Just get in touch with me early enough so that at least I see if I can give you a makeup cut so that you are able also to get some marks for your coursework. So is that fine? So any other question apart from the ones who did not do? Is there any other question? Okay, that's fine. So I think enjoy the rest of your week. Is it 1 week? Is it one day, or should I say weekend? Okay. So do enjoy your day.